Everybody, welcome to day number 9 of the AI Agent Challenge. My name is Dylan. I help business owners win the game of business by installing and upgrading their systems with AI agents and automated workflows. Today, we are going to be diving even deeper into using scrapers. It's going to be basically a part 2 of what we did yesterday. So yesterday, if you didn't watch day 8, I showed you how you can use these essentially AI agents or these scraping services that allow you to be able to scrape any place online. It was Google Maps, but I figured what we could do is we could stack on top of that today by actually using another service that can crawl websites to be able to pull out emails, phone numbers, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube's, all that fun stuff, and then take the details that we already got from yesterday and then enrich that data by actually going to the websites to getting more information. So if you stack those two agents together, you can really combine it to where you're using Google Maps to gather all of the data, and then you're using the website information provided by Google Maps to go into the actual websites to pull up that data. So with that being said, let's dive into it, shall we? All right. We are back here with Mick.com. I'm going to be logging into the system right now. Click on scenarios, and we are going to be going into the folder of the 30-day AI agent challenge here. We're at day number 9, moving along nicely, and we're going to create a new scenario here. We're going to actually have 2 scenarios for this time, a part A and a part B, because I'm going to be creating both a watcher of the actual actors and one that actually runs the actors. So we're going to be triggering it from Make this time, a little bit more advanced than yesterday. So the way that we're going to be doing that is we're going to call this one day 9A, and then we're going to call this website scrape from Google Maps. Okay, so the way we're going to start this out is I'm going to open up here, and we're going to go into right here, and we're going to have it watch an actor run. But before we do this and get started with getting an actor to run, I'm going to show you the website that I brought in yesterday called Apify. So Apify is an amazing service. It's incredibly low cost for being able to really use any type of scraping services that you want online, but you can really integrate it into Make, which makes it into a powerful tool. You can sign up for login here. You get $5 free of usage, and you can get a ton of use out of that. And what we're going to be using today is we're going to be using this email phone extractor. The way that you can find this is if you go into the store here and you say you type in email phone, see this right here with the little emojis. We're going to click on this right here. And what this does, if you look at it, extracts emails, phone numbers, and other useful contact information from any list of websites that are provided. And so you can put in a URL right here inside of this. Let's just go over to my site real quick and just get this thing started. Grab that, pop back into, close this out, pop back into here, and I'm going to show you how this works. So we're going to put this inside of here, right? So that's the URL. And what this has here is really how many pages do you want to scrape? How many links do you want them to be able to get? How many maximum pages do you want them to go into over here? There's many more things that you can pull into, like you can get only 1 email per website, or you can do multiple emails, all this stuff inside of here. A lot of powerful things. And then what's really useful here is this JSON format that we're going to be able to copy over here. Let me do this. This JSON format over here that we're going to be able to copy and bring into our system. But I'm going to show you first how this runs so you can see how this thing runs. And then we're going to get into this. So let's just say, let's hit save. That looks cool. We're going to hit start run right now just to get this thing started. All right, it's just starting to run. We can go inside here and we can say watch an actor run. And what we're going to do is add an actor, and we're going to want this phone extractor. Hit save, click OK, click run. And what this is doing is watching for this right here to get finished. So we can see over here the output of just scraping my site. You can see it's got some information, an email, and some other information inside of here. and it might be completed. Yep, successful. We go to the new scenario. Boom, it's done. So we can see this, and we look at this succeeded. Great. We can see that we have the default dataset ID. So this is something we can hard code if we want to just keep using the exact same information that we just got. So the way that we gather this data here is we go over here, we hit Apify, and we want to collect the data set. It's going to ask me for the dataset ID, and what we can do here, did I grab it? No, I did not. Close this out here. What we can do is we can go inside of here, we can grab this dataset ID here, right here, double click on this. I'm just going to hard code this in right now so we have access to it, just so you can see this. So when I hit run this module only, you can see that this is going to pull the data over. You can see it has my website and it has my short one. And then if you look at my email here, it's got my email on my website, which is support@dylanjwatkins.com. I don't believe I have my phone number or any other information. Let's see if there has, oh, well, there's my Instagram. I don't have a Facebook on there. I don't have my YouTube on there. Maybe we should put that on there. Okay, cool. So that is the information currently that we're able to grab with this. And so this is watching the actor run. Now that we have that, we're going to want to be able to trigger this from make inside of another module, but with the actual data set that we have from our original day 8 yesterday, where we had several of these websites here that we got from scraping looking for local gems. And what we're going to do with that, I'm going to hit save. So we're going to save that right now. And we're going to go in and we're going to make another module. AI agent support. We're going to do this, create a new scenario. Day 09B. And I think that's what it looked like. Should probably have them both open. Yeah, let's have them both open. This would be helpful to have them be able to toggle between the two. Go to scenarios, AI agent, All right, there you go. Oh, one thing's in the queue to being processed. Great. So we're going to leave this right here, and we're going to open this up, and we're going to go into run an actor. I just want to show you this a little bit here. Run an actor. So here I can select any of the actors I want to run. So this is the email phone extractor, the one that we're using right now. And this is where we would actually put in the JSON data. So if we go over to the actors right here and we click on this, we click on the JSON, we can grab this JSON right here and dump it inside of our make scenario. Just like, ooh, just like that. That is ugly. So we're going to go to a formatting service here. JSON format will help make things pretty by hitting this beautify button here. So if I go here, select this, and we can hop back inside of this scenario and have this go from ugly to pretty. And right here is where we can put in all of the URLs that we want to add into the system. We put them in right here. But right now we're going to leave this as a placeholder, and I'm just going to save this right here, and we'll call this 9B run actor for website scraping. So now that we have this, when we hit the run button on this side, you'll see this. I'll hit run. Let me hard code this across here. So you can see here that we have this data set, and right now we have this hard coded. We're going to actually pop in by going to the bottom here. We're going to want to put inside the actual ID. There it is. Dataset ID. Click OK. And so when we run this on this side, we can hit watch actor run, wait for new data. And what this is going to be doing is going to be waiting for that to get completed. And if we look inside of here and we go to runs, we can see that this is running right now. And you can see these are all really cheap to be able to run. I mean, you're talking at fractions of a cent right now. So we hop back over here. This should kick through. Ooh, we got a little bit of an error. Let's see what that is. Record not found. Why is that record not found? Succeeded. This is the build default dataset ID. So what, did I populate it with the wrong data? Let's just take a look at that real quick. Let's find the dataset ID. Oh, there it is. Yep, I used the wrong one. All right. So that is the right one. The way that I know that is I looked at the default dataset ID right here, and that's what it's called, but I saw right here, MHB, and if I go over here, I can take a look at this, and I can see that the dataset ID is MHB, so I realized that that was the right one, so that will work. So if we want, we could use existing data, right, and run that across, and boom, there we go. Got all the information. So we're going to hit save on this, and now that we know we can trigger the actual AI agents or the scraping service from over here by using the JSON format that's inside of here, right inside of here. See that right there? What we can do now is we're going to want to grab all of the websites that we've gotten from the other day. And I think there's like only 8 here. Maybe there's 10 or so. We're going to grab a couple of these just for time's sake so it doesn't take up too much time. And we're going to be able to bring that over to a new sheet over here that I call day 9 that we can capture the URL, the email, phone number, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all that stuff if it's available on those pages. So what we're going to do is go inside here and we're going to open up the Google Sheet. And we are going to want to search for a row. And we're going to search rows by clicking this right here. Connect my drive. And we want this day 8 sheets. And we're going to grab the maps. The maps. And the next step here is we're going to want to add a filter. And the filter is this, is we only want the website. And we want to make sure that this website exists so that when we're starting to populate all the information, it's going to go down and look at all the different websites. And if there isn't one, it won't send it over. We're going to click OK on that, run this across, unlink that. All right. And then when we run this, we can see, looking at it, that we got a lot of the information that is coming over from this Google Sheets and Maps right here. So the next step in the process is we're going to want to aggregate all of those websites that's inside of that website row, and we're going to want to put them together in a unique format that will actually be received by this JSON format. Because if you look at this over here, you can see that this URL is what we have here, but we're going to want to be able to feed it information like this, so when we populate it with multiple websites, it can populate down the line and it can grab all of the rows from the websites and be able to bring it across. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to be using a text aggregator. So we go to Tools, select Text Aggregator, Google Sheets, row 2, great. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to grab the website here. Now, if you look at this format here, what's going to say is like, as I'm grabbing all of these websites in order, you can not only just slam them all together in one long string, but you can also run a format through them. So if you look at this format over here, we know that we have this combination here where it looks like there's a curly brace, URL, and then a bottom line curly brace here. We can build that format around this. So let's just grab this just like that, for example. You can see it just like that. And we know that's what we want it to look like. So if we go inside of here, we're going to do curly brace, enter. And then do URL, parentheses, or colon. It's getting late over here. And then we're going to want to add another one. Parentheses, and then we're going to do another curly brace right here. So now every website that gets populated in this row is going to have this wrapped around it. It's going to have the curly brace, the URL, and this is just the JSON format that's going to be able to take and receive this information. So we're going to hit OK with that. Got that. I'm going to zoom out here a little bit, move this off to the side, run this over here. There we go. Oh, one more thing I forgot to add in here. We're going to actually want to add a comma here because when you're separating out these key pair values for the JSON, the URL is the key and the pair is these values here. When you're passing a payload through, these are values. It basically pairing these two things together. The URL is kind of identifying what it is, and this is kind of saying this is what the variable is. And so we're going to have multiple in a row, and so they're going to be separated through commas here. And so each row of these are going to have a comma. The only thing is that we're going to have to use a text parser and a regex in order to remove that. I'll show you what that looks like here. So we do text parser. We go inside of here, and we're looking to replace. And I'm going to give you the format right now. So this is called a regex or a regular expression. And what this is just saying, and you can ask ChatGPT how to do this stuff. You can go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm trying to remove the last comma in the sentence. Here's my payload coming through the JSON format. I want you to find me a way to remove the last comma, because that's really what we're doing here. So when I put this in, what's going to do, it's going to replace the last comma here, right? This last comma here, and this all the way up to this curly brace and comma here. It's going to replace it with just this. So it's going to delete this and replace it with this. If you have it delete with nothing, it's going to replace it and with the word that says null, and it's going to break everything. We can do global match, okay, sentence, multi-line, single line. And then what we're going to feed it here is the text that's coming through here on this side. So we're going to feed that across through here on this side. And it doesn't like the fact it's probably the last one in the line, but we like to test it. So we're going to hit save anyways and run. So you can see here that this bundle of all of these website links are coming through, and the output together is really in this nice little format here. Although it should have a little bit of a space there. Oh, maybe I didn't space it correctly. Let's just take a look at that. No, that looks good. That'll probably be fine. If we go here and we look at the output, we can see that the output format looks like this. Ah, I see what I did. Just a heads up, everybody. You see this line right here? We want to enter one more time, just like that. The reason being, if we go back here and look at the JSON format, it looks like this. And so we need to have a new line to enter. See how this comes across here like this? So we're going to save anyways, and we're going to run again. Look at this. We're going to look at the bundles. Yep, that is exactly how it's supposed to be. And so we can see that this output is just like this. The only thing is this last little comma here, that's not what the JSON is expecting for over here by running through the system, right? So if you like look at this section over here, there's no comma for this last one right here if there was multiple ones. So we want to make sure we get rid of that. The way that we do that is we do this regular expression that replaces that last comma. So the output text looks like this. See that at the end? No comma. Comma, comma, no comma. Comma chameleon. All right. So what we're going to want to do is now we're going to want to set this as a variable so that we can pass that over to our agent or our, what do they call these guys? Actors. So I'm going to just call set multiple variables. We're only setting one, but add an item. We're going to call this website list variable. We're going to pass through this text variable. And we're going to name this, just because they're the same colors, I want to keep this clean, website variable. Great. And then that's what we're going to need right there. So when we run this through again, we can see that we have a list that is beautifully formatted and ready to go. So we're going to connect that over here to our actor. And right here at the bottom here, instead of all of this, instead of all of this right here, what we're going to want is we're going to want to put our, nope, not our text. That's why we named it. website list. Gonna click OK. And now what we're gonna be doing is I wanna pop over here before we hit run. I'm gonna hit save. So this is now saved. I'm gonna go pop over to this side over here. And let's just see, finish actor run. We've got the dataset ID, so it's gonna be coming through. That looks good. Great. Okay. So then what we're going to do now is we are going to click run. And so this is going to be running through, got accepted. And over here, we're going to click run as well. And what this is doing is this is watching actor run. And since we triggered this inside of make over here on this side, we can look inside of here and look at the runs. And we can see, interesting. Well, it should be running right now. That's done? That seems really fast. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no, it looks like we got 2 bundles here. Oh, okay. So this is 2 bundles right now. And the reason being here, we can see if we look at this, it did succeed. It did work. But if we go inside of here, we can see that our output bundle, we got 1 and we got 2. So there's only 2 bundles that came across here. But let's just see, we got some contact information, we got a phone number, we got some good data inside of here. If we want to increase how many we get, we can go inside of here, inside of this format here. You can see where it says pages and max requests and all this over here. We can go over here and we can increase the max request, which is basically how many websites you're going to go to. And let's just change that to 4. That's fine. And so this is going to go down the list because I don't want to grab all of them right now just for time's sake. And that's going to go through and grab the first 4. So it should grab this 4th Quarter Gym, this other one, Planet Fitness, a Sporta, and that should be just fine. So I'm going to hit save. We're going to open this up. I just want to confirm that's 4. That's great. We're only going to grab 1 email right now, and we're going to run this through again. And we're going to open this back up, and we're going to run this again as well. So we're going to pop inside of here. We can see that it's now running. And you can see that it's really cheap to be able to run these things out. But it's now hopping across and going into all of those websites and pulling up all the data. We can tell if we were to click on this, this is the log of what's really going on right now. You can see it created a Docker, and now it's going across the website. It's looking at Planet Fitness, and it's grabbing all of this information right now. It got started on this side, grabbed the data on the spreadsheet, and now it's waiting to be completed over here, which then should grab the dataset ID on this side. And then once we have that, we won't really need to run it again, just because we'll just use that to populate the rest of the document. Now, keep in mind, you could go through and scrape a whole bunch of other Google Maps and all that jazz. Okay, let's see here. Bundle 1, Fitness. Bundle 2, Sporta. Bundle 3, yep. Bundle 4, Planet Fitness. Great. Awesome. So that grabbed all of that information. Now, let's just say we want to dump it back into another sheet. Let's just maybe say, like, if we wanted to, we could have it to where it was, we created a new sheet every single time. It was just details about that one company. And so one sheet would be dedicated to Planet Fitness, one sheet would be dedicated to 24-hour fitness, and so forth and so on. But let's just dump all of it into another sheet. So let's just go to, see how this is how you'd add a new sheet. Let's just add a row. Go inside of here. Choose where we want to start. AI agent challenge. Open this up. And technically, it says day 8, but I have the second sheet that says day 9. Here, day 9. There we go. Create headers. And so we ran that. And the reason why we ran that over here is because now we can see how these things start to pair up. So if we looked at this, get the data set, we want the URL, emails, phone numbers, and you can tell this could be an array, right? Which is multiple phone numbers or multiple anything. That's just an array, multiple items. LinkedIn, put in a LinkedIn if they have one. Twitter, Instagram. I don't think they're probably going to have a lot of LinkedIn profiles. Probably Instagrams because they're gyms. Facebook, YouTube. Great. And hit OK. And then what we're going to do, so now that's been connected over here to this section on this side. What we're going to do is we're going to open this back up, and we're just going to move this over. Well, let's disconnect this. We're going to move this over here to this side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to run this module only because it's got the data. Oh, my mistake. My mistake. So I didn't have the data set inside of there, so it actually lost the information. It's totally fine. I'm going to show you an easy way to go grab that. We could run it again, but I don't really want to run it again. So if we just go here, hit save anyways, go back, we can go to history, and we can go to success, go to details, and we can go inside of here, open this up, and we can see that this is the dataset ID right here. So this is the dataset ID that I lost because I didn't bring it over. Go back up, back again. Go inside of here. And so this is the default data set that we bring across, but we're just going to hard code this and bring this across here. Click OK. Click save and then hit run one more time. There we go. We can see that's getting populated over. And there we go. We've got each of these websites. Some of them have emails, some of them have phone numbers. A lot of them have Instagrams and Facebooks. And it doesn't seem like anybody really has YouTube. So it makes it nice and clean for what we're trying to get done. If we wanted to clean this up a little bit more, we could either space it out by hitting, ooh, don't want to do that. We could clip it. Might do that if we wanted to. So we go across here, go like that. Format, text, and go down to wrapping and hit clip. So it's a little bit easier to see. And there we go. So now, for example, if we wanted to run this again, we would just connect this over here. This would be instantly set up like this. And all we'd need to do is, just as an example, we'll show it to you on this side of things. Let's just go into this Google Maps section here. And let's just say, let's just delete these, what we got here. Let's just delete these ones. All right, we'll go delete. Just like that. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, we got 4 there. We can now run this over here on this side. We'll hit run. We'll go on this side. We'll make sure that this is not hard-coded. We can go inside here, make sure that we grab the dataset ID. There it is. Click OK. Hit run. So now that this is running, we can go inside of here. We can see that this is running. Open this up. We see it's grabbing all the information right now. Pulling all the info. Currently running. So as you can see, what we did is we deleted the first couple of rows, and so that is just going to grab these latest 4 on here. Although this one's blank, so we'll see how that goes, because there is none right there. So hopefully that doesn't make it error out if it wasn't empty. Very curious to see what happens with that one. All right, that completed across to here. All right, with the information. And if we go inside of here, we go to the bottom of this. Great. All right, yep, we got the other 3 ones right here. Pulled the information all the way across. Nice. Then we look at these operations. Perfect. All right. And there we go. show you how you can use Google Maps to be able to pull down an initial list with a whole bunch of information, including the website, which is crucial. And then we stack that with another actor or an agent that would then crawl through the website to grab and enrich all of that additional data. So if you want to run a cold email campaign or anything else, you can stack that together. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them down below. If you enjoyed this, please give this a like. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow in day number 10 of the AI Agent Challenge. Take care. Bye now.